it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. I am the HNIC, the head nerd in charge, your boy Dakota Griswold of Gamers, Nerds, and Geeks United. Welcome back to Yesterday Today. This, of course, is the show where I bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday, today. And getting started today with Marvel's Avengers is coming out in just a little more than 7 days, I want to say, right? About 8 days now, right? Well, they're letting you know now that there will be a 18 gigabyte patch, day one patch. And, this is really what goes along with many games, especially the games as a service game. And, well, I guess this is a patch of stuff that they've taken from the early beta and then maybe this past beta and maybe thrown some of that in there and fixed it. So, yeah. I can't wait to play this game as it, after it's more developed and feels a lot better, and then they have events and stuff like that. After it gets a little bit more established, I'm still on the fence about it, but I still think that it looks good. Now, moving on to the next piece of the appetizer. So, The Witcher is getting another game, but it's mobile. It's like Pokemon Go, but for mobile, but basically it's Witcher. So basically, you're walking around looking for stuff, and you fight it, and you build up your character. There was actually an official statement for the game, and it says, featuring console-grade visuals, Monster Slayer lets players explore the world around them while tracking, studying, and fighting monsters both new and familiar, using time of the day and real-life weather conditions to gain the upper hand. So, this is that actually, it's kind of creepy, because you just imagine for some reason you walking home at night, say you were out hanging out with friends or whatever, but you walking home, you get off the bus, train, whatever, you're walking home. For some reason, you decide to boot up the Witcher game, right? And then you see this big tree ant looking thing that was in the trailer on the street in front. Like that kind of, like, it's not real, but at the same time, internally, you're probably screaming, "No front." Okay, that would probably terrify you, but hey, at least you're equipped in this game to properly fight all of the necessary powers that be. Moving on, and well, Fall Guys, the most downloaded PS Plus game ever. Now, I done told y'all that this game is about to take over. And it's been almost every day since proving me right. When this game comes to other systems, and it will, it's going to get even bigger. Because wasn't Rocket League exclusively on the PS4 at first? Well, moving on to the next piece of the appetizer, we finally got our PS Plus games for the month of September, my birthday month. And it's disappointing. We got PUBG and Street Fighter V, both very good games in their own right. But you see, Sony, you have spoiled us. You gave us Call of Duty last month, okay? You've given us Black Ops 3, you've given us Uncharted. Nobody wanted PUBG. Honestly, the people that really wanted to play PUBG probably already have it. But then again, maybe some people on the PS4 are interested. But Street Fighter V, I'm like, all right. Even though the base game was like $8 recently, now if you've given us like Super Street Fighter, whatever, one of the updates, then that'd have been nice. But it is what it is. It's always good to have stuff. I guess maybe I'll download PUBG, but no, I won't. Because I have Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. And in fact, honestly, I don't even plan on playing that game. I'm not a Battle Royale not a Battle Royale guy at all. But I honestly think it's niche. It's sold 50 million plus copies around. So it's not nothing small. This is just a game that set the Battle Royale world on fire. Now it's just another mode that almost has to be included with almost all multiplayer. It's a big deal. But yeah, so that's what you're getting for the month of September, all the way up until October 5th. PUBG and Street Fighter V. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. And well, Sony has officially opened up the page for invite only, letting us know, like, hey, you could be one of the first few people to get a PS5, but guess what? It's going to be limited, of course. You know how it is, COVID-19 and all of that. So I'm excited because the moment I saw this, shout out to my boy Brandon, he sent me the link. The moment I saw this, I said, let me sign up right now. Because the moment they say, oh, look, you want this money? You want this PS5? All right. Just send us your money and we got you. Just lock it down right now. This isn't like GameStop where you can just go give them $100 every pay period. You're gonna have to give it straight up. At least that's just to my knowledge. And unless things change over time, fine. But you probably got to pre-order it and give them all the money right away. And I'm expecting $500. It's crazy. This is really coming out soon. Hopefully, I think we're gonna hear something about from Sony tomorrow. Maybe today, and maybe we'll find out the release date in November. Maybe a release around what time Call of Duty comes out, maybe. What do y'all think? All right, lads and ladders, let's get into the real meat and potatoes, and it's an okay one. I want to say it's an okay one, and I want to start off with Halo Infinite. It appears that there may be hope for Halo Infinite. I mean, it's delayed into 2021. Whenever they're gonna release it, it's all good. But there are other studios actually helping 343, helping them out. Namely, the most recent one, Certain Affinity. This studio actually kind of helped with the development of Halo 2, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and some of Halo the Master Chief Collection. So this is actually it was founded by an ex-Bungie employee. So somebody who actually has some experience with the previous Halos, the glorious days of Halo. Somebody's working on that, okay. Hopefully this person has a certain amount of heft and has a heavy hand in this, and he released an official statement saying, Halo Infinite has huge long-term ambitions, games as a service, while also giving a respectful nod to the franchise's past. This is an exciting combination, giving our own deep roots and long-term connections to the series. We couldn't be more excited to help 343 realize this vision. All right, you listen. Like I said, they delayed it. Take all the time you need. I want to say it doesn't matter when you release it, but then at the same time, it kind of does. If you don't have it out by next November, then it's really, really going to be an issue. It's just like you've been talking about it for so long, you told us, and then you saw it, and then we saw it, it wasn't even ready. So listen, they got some people here with experience, and of course 343 has made the last few Halo games, but of course you got a vet who had a hand in almost all of them basically. So it's really, really good to hear this. Now, moving on, and we officially got a chance to see the look at Call of Duty, what it's about, who's in it, and everything like that. But it actually drops November 13th. November 13th. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I'm wondering, like, maybe the PS5 launches around that time. Maybe even that week, I want to say, because I'm getting a vibe of the Xbox early November and the PS5 like maybe a week or two afterwards. That's really, really what I'm feeling. And Call of Duty to launch on both of them, boom, no problem. The gameplay that you actually saw in the video is actually kind of beckons. When it says the gameplay, it's PS5, captured on PS5. It's funny that they actually labeled PS5, and something tells me that if I do get this game before the PS5 releases, well, I should get it on the PS4 so I can get that upgrade to the PS5 version. Because, well, they might have some more exclusive deals or exclusive little portion of the mode, because that didn't bode too well with Call of Duty Modern Warfare last year. But basically now, I'm really interested because Activision and Call of Duty are a big deal. I'm really gonna say that this is probably a launch game for next gen. I really want to believe it, and I'm really excited about this new Call of Duty. Basically, you create your own character. There's customization, and then they actually have bigger open areas with like side missions and stuff like that. But get this, they said the campaign is only about 5 hours, so I have no idea how much of that they're squeezing in, because given the fact that they said it's customizable and open areas, that actually gives me some Metro Exodus vibes. Except Metro Exodus is about a 40-hour game. So, and with this 5 hours, I wonder how they're gonna squeeze all of that in there. But the game actually looks good. It sounds good. Sounds very interesting. And yeah, I can't wait to play it, and I can't wait to see the multiplayer aspect of it as well. Because now, like I said, once again, I am back aboard the Call of Duty ship. And now, last but not least, yeah, maybe least, let us talk about the surprise Nintendo Direct Mini, another partner showcase. My expectations weren't set high, but this was something. I mean, let's just talk about everything. right? I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, but it was good to see Kingdom Hearts. But it was also a rhythm game. People would love to see the whole story so far and Kingdom Hearts 3 on there, but you know, why not, right? So we got a chance to see Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, and it's coming out November 13th. This date, like, I don't understand. So it's coming out on November 13th on the Nintendo Switch, and it has a suite of modes. They have on up to a local 8-player co-op. That's awesome. Boss battles and songs, and believe it or not, it's a fully $60 game, but I really do believe because licensing and everything, because you see through the trailer, you hear Let It Go with Elsa, and I think they're gonna need that money back, and they need to make that money back if they're gonna be having stuff like that in there, man. And it's just, the game looks okay, not for me, but it's all good. And then Harmonix came and showed a collaborative version of Fuser. Looks okay if you're into that. And then you got Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack arrives on the Nintendo Switch next year, I want to say, yeah. So, and I think I nailed that title actually, but it's one of those games like an RPG where you play as a drum. It's weird. I've seen some games in the series though, and I think it looks interesting, but not really for me. I really wouldn't want to waste my time and buy a game or something I'm not really gonna like, but I really feel like this is one of those niche titles. And then of course we got to see a new version of World of Tanks, World of Tank Blitz, and it's now on the Nintendo Switch immediately there. And then we got a chance to see a Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions that comes out on the Nintendo Switch next year. Now this, I want to say, is one of the first boxing games we've gotten in 5, 6, 7, 10 years. When's the last time we really got a boxing game? Like, when was the last time we got Fight Night? I really want to say Fight Night Champion came out in 2011, 2012. That's almost a decade. It's about 8 years, you understand? So it's just, this game looked a bit more arcadey, but it looked okay. It's just literally based in the Rocky universe of movies. That's crazy, Rocky universe. But yeah, you play as Creed and some of the other boxing legends from the movies. So it actually looks good. And honestly, for a game that's coming out in 2021, it actually looks like it might be ready to drop later this year, honestly. But maybe there's some other stuff they're gonna throw into it and patch in there. So yeah, I'm really interested. I'll keep an eye on that one. But if you are a fan of the Final Fantasy Saga Legend series, well, 1, 2, and 3 are getting ready to come to Nintendo Switch on December 15th. That's awesome. It's always awesome to see some of the great games, especially JRPGs from yesteryear, come back out being re-released. And I really thought that was really, really awesome. And then, of course, we got to see Just Dance 2021. Pretty much willing to bet my money on it that it's probably going to release on the Wii still. If not, guaranteed the Wii U, I'm pretty sure, because Just Dance 2020 was released on the Nintendo Wii. Seriously. Seriously. And then, surprise, surprise, we got a Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 remix. That's coming out this December. Looks pretty good. Just as challenging as the last one, honestly. But I'm a Tetris fan, not a Puyo Puyo fan, but I'm a Tetris fan. And it would also look really good. We got an update on Minecraft Dungeons. It's a DLC coming soon. And then, of course, on August 28th, which is tomorrow, Jump Force officially launches on the Nintendo Switch. Can't wait to see how that runs. If that runs at 60 frames per second with all that chaos, I'll be amazed. And even if it runs at 30, that's still fine. But anything below 30 is interesting. I hope that release is pretty good. And then we got a chance to see, of course, launch today, Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions, arcade soccer game. Looks pretty cool. And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which released today, we got a little sizzle reel for that. Oh boy, those reviews ain't looking too good. IGN gave it a 3. Wow. I was hoping that was one of those games that would be good, but with all the stuff that's surrounding it, they said that game, it needs to be touched. It really needs to be touched up because it just seems really unfinished. But lads and laddies, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like this video if you haven't. It really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. It's all good. If you're new here, subscribe and scroll up to all so you know when your boy is posting. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about all of this. What did you think about that Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase? Wow, that is a mouthful. But thank you so much for watching, and this video is finito.